And that's what made me. I feel
I
bad
Thank
don't
you,
for her.
even listen. I
Rosen.
don't even think she thinks that. You know, we're talking about a girl who, you know, people say quote unquote 304 that's been on Twitter that we know, you know, basically, if anything, you know, jumps around as much as we don't see the laundry basket. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end. So at the end of the day, you know, when we think about all that aspects, you really think she's sitting there thinking that she's Miss Cute Princess and this man wants her all the way? Nah, I really believe that she's smarter than that, and I feel that she knows this is a clout chase. I feel that,
Yeah.
you know, she's just jumping on that bandwagon and saying, all right, let's do this, you know. And I feel like
Of course.
Blueface is throwing up his signs and getting all excited about it because he knows that this chick is riding right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Yeah.
so,
I don't
you
even
know,
think he cared about it, honestly.
no, I don't think that is a, and like again, I think she's so used to dealing with, you know, situations, short-term period, like that doesn't even phase her.
Yeah,
Like I
I
don't think
think
she's
so
sitting there
too.
like, I think she's sitting there like, you know what, I have an opportunity, let me milk it.
Right. That's why I'm
Exactly.
like,
And that's what I'm
it's giving
saying.
both.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. She wants to milk every opportunity. You know, to me, it just wasn't. It just was like, okay, it was what it was.
Yeah.
It
To me, it
like,
was.
for instance, do I feel like she needs another interview? No, because it's gonna be pretty much. I mean, it's your channel. Do what you want. You know, I'm not saying it, but I was just like, I learned everything I needed to know in
Well,
one set.
you know, I'm purposeful, right? So the only way I'm doing another interview is if there's more tea and there's more things to
Yeah.
discuss.
That's what
I don't
I'm
And
want to
There's
bring
saying.
no
out,
reason
I
for
wouldn't
it
want to bring out all these text
if she's
messages, all
not
these
doing
other
that.
things to you guys and show you guys just that and not be able to ask her questions and try to, you know, dig it out either. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Right.
to me, that's the only way. If you think I'm going to bring her up to revisit the things that we've already done, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I think,
So
you know, I
I
don't
don't think
beat
he's
the
gonna
horse,
do
you
it
know,
on
like that,
Sunday then.
you know? So at the end of the day, we're good. But
yeah.
there is more tea, right? So I do anticipate, you know, another follow up depending on all the information I get, the actual receipts, right? Um,
Right.
but it's not going to be about the X tape. The X tape is just that, you know, it is what it is. It's been out there. It is old. It's about 5 or 6 years old, you know. I think 5 years or something. I don't know, 4 years. I don't know. I can't really remember the time frame, but it is old. That's what I've been told.
Okay. Yeah. So that's ancient history. Then
Yeah.
that's ancient history. What's important
And people
is the new.
can
Well,
start hitting me up in the DMs. I'm not sending the tape.
Oh
oh, see,
no.
when people know somebody has, some footage, they're like, "Well, send it to me. Where's the? Send it to
He
me.
ain't gonna
Me
do
too.
nothing
Me
with it.
too."
Yeah.
You
And
know.
no, I'm not pushing the tape. I've already told her I'm
Right.
not posting the tape. I'm not
You
sending the tape
can't
to
put it on
nobody. Like
YouTube,
it's
YouTube,
not something
especially if it's
I just put out the
inappropriate.
story. You know, that's why I made the visual very, you know.
So
She
the
said that's
girl,
the last time. She said that's the last time they talked was in or had relations was in 2023.
I know it
Mhm.
exactly,
knowing each
Rosen.
other since what, 2018, 20
And just
something
to
like that.
confirm, she didn't confirm or deny the video. I'm just saying that, you know, based on the person
It's
who
something
sent
that's
it to me,
there.
the person that sent it to me said it was old. Said it was on her old
Oh,
OnlyFans
okay.
account.
Oh, okay.
I just want to make sure that's clear in case, you know, I mess that up.
Oh, that's
Like it's
why
a
I
Friday
didn't
night,
see
Okay.
so
it,
y'all know I'm
Rosen.
chilling too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true. Because when I went to
It done
Yeah.
turned
here,
into
Sounds
a whole.
good. Sounds good. So yeah, the thing, just to reiterate, with the situation with Ronnie, it's just to, get his perspective the same way as the other two ladies
I get
that have been interviewed. It's like, what, give your point of view, so it won't just be, what people are speculating.
yeah, like
And
tell your truth, you know what I'm saying? Like, but just, you know, I just kind of make sure I hear the truth first in the background just to kind of, you know
right,
what I'm saying? But
because we
I just want people to
don't need
feel
people to go up saying some craziness now. No,
no, like I'm respectful. You think like here, without saying it, I'm gonna say it. You think Miss Armstrong is coming up on the show without me talking to or at least reaching out to the other parties?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm very respectful in the background. You know, I'm the kind of person that will call you up and do the tough conversation and be like, yo, what's up? You know, I just want to let you know here's what's going down, you know, like get ready, set, go. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this is what I'm doing regardless. This is what the viewers want. You know, I'm just giving you the heads up and then the opportunity, and also to let you know that if you wanted to come tell your truth, you're available to come out too, right? Like I'm not like blocking
Right.
anybody out. Just because I have one side on doesn't mean the other side's not invited. That's
Right.
my point.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
Why is Boss Lady J rolling her eyes?
I don't know.
Who's
I don't know who that is.
Same P Parker. I don't want to see the tape either.
Anyways, let's acknowledge some of the good stuff here. Like Camilla says, it's Friday and I'm sitting here at the homegirls watching your live at Blue Rock TV with my drink in the cup. I'm drinking something right now too. It's called hold on, what is it called? Cutwater Tequila Margarita Lime.
Oh, who was drinking?
I wish I had some XXL.
Right?
I don't
That
drink.
is Blue Rock.
I don't care. I don't care about drinking.
That's okay. It's good to not care about drinking. You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
drink.
I just have
Yeah,
one
that's
drink
I
too.
don't
I'm not like
drink.
a
As
drinker
you
like
get
that.
older, it
I
takes
don't
a toll on your
drink.
body.
Y'all carry on, carry on.
I don't drink. I
no,
sip.
I have cherry
Jay, you
ginger
said
ale.
I sip. I don't drink. I sip.
Okay, boss lady, I'm apologizing. You know, the thing is, if I'm speaking, I'm not looking at the chat. But when I'm done speaking, I look down at the chat. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't even
go
see
ahead.
it.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat right now for when you ask something or say something, and I'm gonna acknowledge it. All right?
Y'all gotta
So
understand. This chat goes so fast.
Somebody
yeah, like,
mentioned Cutwater. I don't know who it was, but they said they had Cutwater and they were a little drawn from it.
What is that?
yo, I'm not lying. I'm feeling tipsy from it. It's like a tequila margarita, and it's like 12.5% alcohol.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but I'm just having
That's
one
how
drink
that.
anyways.
That's how that XXL is.
nothing else matters. And I thank God that she's not giving into trying to throw shade, subtle hints. You know, she's of
Mine's
course, you
on.
know, you're a health risk to everyone, to your kids. Um, you know, when you go to the
I ain't
bottom
gonna
of the
lie.
barrel.
I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to look to see if there was anything.
If you
Right.
need help, seek
Yeah,
help in
mine's
that
up
area,
there
whether
too, up
it's
at the
a
top.
spiritual
Yep.
deliverance or going to see someone, you know, mentally to see why you carry the way you carry out the things that you're carrying.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm praying for everybody involved. I'm praying for the
Yes.
kids, all the
Oh,
kids. I'm
some of
praying
these
that, you know,
people
they
be
come together.
busybodies.
Um,
Yes.
you know, both of you know, Chrisean, and I know a lot of people don't like to pray for Jaidyn, but we're praying for her as well because you know what she does can affect him, and that ultimately can affect you know the kids, and that can affect you know
This
Chrisean.
lady
Mm-hmm.
So we have
talking
to
right
care about
now is
everyone
another one
involved.
that
So
used to
that's where
come
I
onto my
stand.
And I
platform,
really
and
feel
she didn't
for
like what I was
Javon.
saying,
Like I think about Javon a
Yeah.
lot because
and she
he
disappeared and started
was
bouncing around
with
everywhere else on everybody else's
Blue
platform talking.
Jonathan for a long time. You know, he's 7.
She's
So
a
he
trip.
spent more time with him than CJP or
She still
Journey.
comes in
He has such
DMs
a deep
me now
connection
and
with
then,
him. So
but
I
she's on everybody's
I feel
platform.
bad for his mental, and I just hope and pray that he's not going through a lot of, you know, trauma with the fact that he's not there, you know,
Yes.
because that is something that's missing in his life, and he always loved being around Blue. He always wanted him around. So it's the fact that his dad has been gone for almost a year at this point. I
Yes.
just don't want it to be, you know, weighing so heavy on him. Hopefully he's
Trauma.
getting
It can be very traumatizing.
yes,
You know?
exactly, especially being in the, you know, at court and seeing
Yep,
him.
exactly,
He
Latif.
probably, I'm sure he didn't understand what the judge was saying, but
Now,
when he
Right.
Jazzy,
sees
you gonna be
him,
upset if somebody records this and you say you'll be stuck in the headlights.
Man, I was trying to
yes,
read these. I was trying to read these comments, baby. I'm confused. They got a lot going on in these
I
comments.
mean, you at this point you got to get a second phone, a tablet, or something, and just keep it a little bit up underneath you because I mean I'm just looking out for you. Earlier you were like, you know, they always catching me up, you know, but I'm just saying that's why.
that's good. That's
Yeah, no,
good.
I
See, and she would have been
can't
like, "Y'all
see it.
didn't tell me
I need to go
nothing."
to the eye doctor. I think my eyes getting bad. I'm getting a little old.
All right, that's all right. It
What is
happens.
song that y'all talking about?
He
I seen
deleted
a lot of people.
it. He already deleted it.
He
Oh, he
deleted
deleted it.
it.
See, that's what. But y'all say he not. But y'all say he
Make
not
sure y'all
clout
hit that
chasing.
He
like
is
button.
clout chasing.
Oh,
He's definitely clout chasing.
I
because
mean,
what are
it's
you
And
doing, sir?
I mean, it's a tough situation, right? You know, part of it is his story as well. I know that might piss people off that I say that, you know, but part of it is his story as well, right?
Yes, he
But
did
if he has a song,
protect
my
her.
thing is I want to hear the song. I want to hear the whole song because I want to hear the intent behind the song. You know, like is it him telling his story? Is it him, talking shit?
I
Like what
think he
is it?
loved
You know,
her.
Yeah,
I think he really loved her, and he mad that she fell in love with somebody else.
yeah.
And
She
and he
moved
could,
on.
yeah,
it
and he
could
could
be.
see that he could see that she loved
Fix your face.
Blue harder.
And
I think
I
that's
think a part of it is
That
like, I think a part of
that's
it
the
too,
ego thing with men,
Yeah.
right?
and I could be wrong, right? But I think a part of it too is that, you know, I think he might be a bit in a hard spot as well, because, you know, the hater sites also really took advantage of the situation, right? And
Yes,
and
they
it helped
did.
it helped add to the negativity to his light and to who he is
Yes.
and to his part of his story, and you know what I mean. So it really, you know, so I
Who
think
are they
that put
talking
him at a
about? Ronnie?
disadvantage
What
as
is he in
well,
the
right?
chat? Did I miss
Right.
And we
some?
might
Did.
have to
Yes.
acknowledge that, right? So I mean, like I said, it's part of his story, it's part of his identity in a way, what happened, who he is, you know, how he feels, you know,
I
things like
get it.
that. And Chrisean's a good catch. Like, so I mean, if he's still missing her and if he's still in love and all that kind of stuff,
He
like I
missed
mean,
that cream pie.
leave her alone. Don't
Absolutely.
get me wrong. Let her continue
Yeah.
her journey. But I think we can understand to some extent, right? That
Yeah, the
Yeah.
hate pages have been like exploiting him for so long, and I say that
Exactly.
because he's somebody who has been hurt, so they're taking advantage of emotions. So they're like, "Oh, you should do this. Oh, we're here for you. She shouldn't have done that. Oh, la 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 la. You know,
He'll feed
manipulation,
into it, and
manipulation.
he
Yes,
shouldn't feed into the neck. He shouldn't feed into it.
yes, and
exactly.
it's sad the way that that's happened because they always mention him. That's Ronnie's baby. This they tag Ronnie and everything. Ronnie, 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 Ronnie. And see the girl messaged Ronnie and was like, "Do this, do this. This is gonna get attention." And he's like, "Okay, so is this it? Is this
and and
like the
and
way?"
and and it didn't come out the way he thought it was going to come. See,
Right.
that's why it's very important to understand. It's not good for a man to start to build a house and not realize the outcome of that house could fall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to count the
Right.
cost. You got to say, if I do this, and this is what I'm saying with Blue, you got to say, if I do this, is what is there to gain
Mm-hmm.
if I stand the risk of
Right.
losing the person who I love. I don't know, a lot of people say, "Oh, he don't love her." I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not talking to you guys.
Right.
Just shut your mouth. Keep quiet. This boy is
Now, now we know why.
anytime
Now we
what
know why you be using the backup page.
right, because listen, because the mama knows it, Whack knows it, everybody knows it. He knows it. That's why he brought her crazy in love chain. Okay, that's why he did that. And that's why he does things, because for a fact, because he's like, if I go over here with this girl, this gonna really get to her, or or I'm gonna pretend like it's all over between me and you, so I'm gonna go back to the girl that he does things to get up under her skin. And it was a guy on Instagram, and I loved it. I should have saved it, where he said, if a guy keeps talking about his ex, and we've seen the numerous amounts of tweets, we've seen the numerous amounts of lives, it's 9 times out of 10, he's definitely not over her. He's definitely still in love with her. And that was from a guy's perspective. So that's why I'm speaking, okay? From your behavior. Behavior does not lie.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, are you going to really count the cost of losing someone forever because of a 15-minute second of foolishness? Because you're not humiliating her at this point. You're humiliating yourself, because the way I see it, and I'm sorry, this young lady has got nothing on either one of these girls. Like she's
No.
not, I'm not trying to be funny, because God made every soul. Everybody's life is important.
I mean, it is
But
what
you
it is.
picked the bottom of the barrel. You picked the. I'm just gonna be honest. You picked the bottom feeder
Wait, who
to
you
make
talking
somebody
about?
jealous. What you say?
This
Who you
lady here
talking
is a
about? Like,
super
who's the bottom
fan.
Blue.
feeder?
I'm saying
Talking
you
about the
picked
girl.
She's
Oh,
one
you
right.
of
talking
those
about
people
the new
that
girl?
she
Yeah.
is still
Right.
trying
Oh,
to
you calling the
David.
new girl
place
bottom
Yes.
feeder?
Blueface and
Yeah.
She's
Chrisean
saying
together.
that she
And
can't
come
I mean, I
on,
knew
let
stand
that.
that
I just
girl
wanted to
decide
be
make
the
sure
other
that it
free.
was clear
two.
for the audience. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Because
saying?
if they go back
I
together,
knew.
it's
Yeah,
gonna go
don't
be a
Do that. You know,
interfere with me.
I like to be messy sometimes. I like to be like, wait,
You're
who
not
you talking
interfering with me,
about?
Blue Rock.
You know, I like to be messy. I knew that the whole damn time, y'all. Like, who y'all kidding? Come on now. I'm like, I just wanted to make sure that we try to
I
kind of
don't
get
know.
to it. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Like, all
was
right, cool.
tea. We knew
So,
what was tea.
so it is the
Mm-hmm.
new girl, yeah. So we talking about the new girl. So she's a bottom feeder allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Um,
That lady
right.
that was
Allegedly.
talking, the
So
one
that's
that
why,
was
Right.
you know what? A
allegedly,
part of me was
she
like
used to be
this, you
on
know,
here.
when she
She
had the
didn't like
focus
that
on
I
Bonnie,
wasn't
I was like,
agreeing with her.
did Blue say, "Yo, don't fuck with the other girls.
Oh,
Just
come
focus
on
on
now,
Bonnie,
Blue
if
Rock
anything."
TV.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying
That
to figure out like why. you know, is he just trying to, you know,
Discussing
make
for
sure that,
me.
you know, that people don't really get upset?
No, he
That's what
knew
I
what he
thought
was doing.
too. That's what I thought too
Because I felt
because
like, why was she so focused on Bonnie? Like,
right.
who is actually focused? Because when I asked her why she focused on Bonnie,
Yeah, I was like,
even in
who she
private,
said
she
she
was
hate-
like,
talking about?
She said she hate clout chasers.
yeah, but meanwhile, like, you know, like
And
cue in the Jeopardy music, y'all. But the way I'm looking at this is that, you know, when I asked her behind the scenes, you know, why Bonnie, she made it sound like, you know, she made it sound to me as if she felt as if people believed what Bonnie was saying, so she wanted to call Bonnie out on the music or on her own video, to try to prove it, right? But I'm like, but I said to her, like, nobody believes Bonnie anyways, you know, but that's
That's a waste of
nobody
time.
believes Bonnie. If you
Really
believe Bonnie,
irrelevant. Like, what?
I got property to sell you in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. You can buy that property for $9.99. I got property to sell you
This
right in the
lady
ocean.
here talking is
Okay, if
a
you
Why would you even
believe
bring
Bonnie,
Bonnie up? Like, for what?
Yeah.
What do you?
yeah.
Why?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I was like, listen, nobody
What?
believes Bonnie. So I'm like, that angle, because to me, I'm like, listen, first off,
I think that was all on her though. What you think?
well, listen, that's another thing I say to people. I'm like, I'm not about clicking views, because if I was about clicks and views, I would have never put Bonnie on that post. I would have never put her on that post. Because I know the
Something
moment I put her
against her
on
because
that
she just
post, people are going
randomly
to
brought
scroll
her
right
up.
by it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because nobody really wants to hear about Bonnie.
Right.
Now,
Yeah. And the
Jessica,
thing is, he's just
I bet you ain't going to catch that one, eh?
Jessica, right, Jessica. But I feel like, in a sense, with
this
this
lady
guy too,
talking right
Blue,
here
talking
is a
about
trip.
him, because you know,
She
he
sit on
gotta,
my
you know,
platform
we
all
gotta
the
drag him a
time.
little bit. He used this girl as an advantage. He had nothing, you know. It was like, I'm just mad. I'm gonna unfollow, you know, Chrisean, and I'm gonna start following these, you know, couple of people, and I'm gonna get buzzing. And that nobody was like, we were just like, yeah, whatever, you know, okay. Anyway, what y'all want from Target? Where are we gonna eat? You know, people were just like, whatever, same thing. But then here she comes, sees an opportunity, and he's like, good, yeah, let me just take you. I'll take anything I can get at this point. And he's like, post it, you know, and it's like,
Right. And you know
didn't
what?
quite
I think
get
you're
the
right.
crowd that he really
Yeah.
thought. But
Yeah, I think you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how they do it. That's what it is. You know, like, let's take an example of what we see, right? So we see Carlissa, who demonstrates the same exact, you know, personality, right?
behavior,
You know,
yeah,
she wants control, right? If she can't get it, she pushes the people away, and then she draws to other people. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
We've seen that recently with Callie, right? Allegedly, you know, it looked like she wanted control, right? She couldn't get it, so she dismisses everybody, and now she's, you know, attracting new people, right? And now we see it, you know, and we've probably seen it in the past as well, but with Blueface, right? It's that,
Mhm.
I think, wanting control, right? But you know what? It's also tough from where he's at, right? You know, maybe, you know, for that type of personality, it's also really tough to even digest the idea of losing so much control, right? Because being behind
Exactly.
bars,
He's
being
used
behind,
to having a lot of control.
Hey y'all, can
Hmm.
I answer this question right quick? Um, Lady L610. What in this conversation did anybody say they wanted them together?
My
Because I'm
thing is,
confused.
whatever Chrisean wants, that's her business.
That's
Like, whatever
exactly.
I
We
want
can't
is
live
my
we
business.
can't live for her.
So
We cannot
at
live
the
for
end of the
her.
day,
If you're
at
looking
the
at
day,
my
hold
page,
on, cause you trying.
yeah, they
Go left.
reaching.
All
If
right.
you're looking
So
at my page,
ultimately, folks gonna do what the heck they want to do.
exactly.
And
Right. Nobody's saying that. Okay. So just, I'm not saying that. I haven't said that. I
yeah,
said he loves her. And I mean, like,
Right. I post
that's
them on
what I
my
said.
page because I like
I
their
didn't say,
chemistry. I like their
right.
yeah.
chemistry.
People
And
want
what
them two to
Whatever
be together
If
Chrisean
they,
so bad,
wants to
even
do
though
is
it's
right.
on
toxic.
her.
That's
She's
so
grown.
sad.
She's
exactly, I
adult.
can't
They
live for
all
nobody. I
grown.
only can live for myself, and I barely can live for
Right.
myself.
So
The
that's
good.
it, and that's all for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes you just got to walk away from everything that just has ailed you. So,
Yeah.
you know,
come on,
it's okay. It's
everything that has
okay. It's okay
ailed
for her to walk away.
yes,
Don't
it's
listen,
like,
been a long time.
don't put words
I
in our mouth.
If
We're
know.
she's
not
trying to
saying
be
that,
yeah,
strong, let
we
the
you
just
girl
know,
be
watching the show.
strong.
Like, I mean, for me at least, I'm just watching the
Don't
show.
speak
I'm
My
just,
nothing
you know,
baby
into existence
and my
yeah,
by being with
king
I
Blueface.
don't
Seriously, if it
really, you know,
hasn't
the
been
only thing I
talked
do
If
about.
it's
say,
not meant
relax
and
and
I
watch
think a lot
the
of us,
show.
yeah, the only thing I do say, and I think a lot of us would agree, is that, you know, however these adults decide to fix their
that's
situations, however they decide to
on
find
them.
peace and happiness is completely on them. But we do hope that
Yes.
they do. at least for the sake of the children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's
Like,
what.
At
Is that
least
what you
Well, I guess she'd
misunderstood
have
us
to
for?
be
Because
with
we
both
were
of them because
all kind of
Jaidyn got to
saying
choose
that
from them.
we hope that they work things out for the sake of the children, and that's
whichever
everybody.
way that looks like, we
Yeah.
can't,
That part.
at
we
least
have no
be
clue.
cordial. Like, I don't know
Co-parent.
what
That's
these
it.
people
That's all
have
you
going
need to
on.
do.
No,
None of us know. At the end of the day, we don't
Yeah,
know.
we
at all.
But
see a glimpse of their lives, but we don't really know what goes
We
on behind the
don't.
scenes.
I
yeah,
just like when they have good chemistry. I like it, and I'm gonna post it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Last I heard, they was together, so I'm gonna post it. If they together, good. If they not together, good again.
yeah. And I can only speak for myself. I'm a Chrisean supporter. If that's what she
We
want to
Is
we
do,
support
I'm
Chrisean.
fine.
So
yeah,
we
too.
pray her through situations. We pray her through.
Yeah,
We're praying. That's my position.
Yep,
God can fix anything and anyone.
yep.
right.
I'm a
And
testimony. I'll give you my testimony another time if you want to ever hear it.
No,
But
right.
we're all set.
And the
yeah,
10 toes I got is gonna be down for.
yeah.
What's up?
Did you
Hmm.
say 10 toes?
10
Was that a
toes.
shot at 8 toes?
10 toes.
So Blue Rock.
Who's
So
got
Oh,
eight
Blue Rock. Let
toes?
me.
oh man, not who's got. Why you always trying to talk about this girl tonight?
I
Who
just said
has
I'm
eight
10.
toes?
All I
Not her trying to ask
said
who got
was
8 toes. You always trying to bring this girl up tonight.
no.
The
All
bottom
I
feeder,
said is I'm 10 toes down.
the
Lord
the
have
what- the
mercy.
bottom feeder, the girl you keep bringing up.
She's got eight toes.
No, she does not have it. Jazzy, you
Oh
better
God.
fix
It looks.
this.
It looks like she has 8 toes. If you go on
I
her
I don't
profile,
know why y'all
looks
saying
like
that.
Mm.
it.
Y'all better send
But
me the
I think
screenshot
it's
I
of
don't
that.
know
because
anything. I listen. This is the first time I'm hearing anything.
Lord,
No, but
fix it.
the saying is 10 toes down.
I
Everyone says stand 10 toes
thank
down.
Listen,
thank
That's
you.
a
I
that's
know
a that's
exactly what
Blue Rock.
everybody,
Blue Rock was
I'm
being
just showing y'all
messy.
how I be sometimes. Like, I knew exactly that's what Jazzy meant.
Blue Rock was being messy, and
is that
that's
the
it.
is
That's all.
is that the cold water working on you? Is that what you said? I don't know what he
Yeah.
said.
I'm
He
on to
said
the second one, y'all. On to the second one.
Yeah.
Cut water.
cut water.
Listen, but I just thought that was a good opportunity to bring that back in for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
So
Mm.
it is what it is.
let me ask this real quick because people were trying to eat me up in the comments. So Blue Rock, I know you're
I could
a
care less.
T page. So are you a fan of Chrisean or are you kind of just like unbiased all across the board?
Unbiased.
All right. So I know you guys always, ask me this question, not you in
Well,
particular,
folks
but
were
I
trying
mean,
to
I
eat me
mean,
up in the
I mean people in the
comments.
chat and yeah, exactly. Not
Well,
you.
he was a Chrisean fan, so I don't. They're like, well, he said he's not a Chrisean fan on his live, so I'm like, okay, well,
Oh
let
man.
me ask.
Oh
Oh,
man. Okay, listen.
oh man.
So
Uh-huh.
let me try to help you guys understand this. All right. So I'm a blogger, right?
I'm
I
not a
serve the tea. That's what
Chrisean
we do.
Rock
Okay. When I
fan. I'm
first started
a
thinking about starting this
supporter.
platform,
I don't know about
I
no
was saying
fan.
to myself, who's kind of out there that's messy, that serves the tea, that has a lot of tea, that, that does their thing. And I thought Chrisean and Blueface. That's
Mm-hmm.
literally what I thought. You know what I'm saying? I had no intentions on making this a complete Chrisean and Blueface page, but I did know that they're the algorithm in a sense, right? And they're the ones who have strong tea and get the attention. So I was like, so I thought to myself, because at that point I was trying to brainstorm a good name for a tea page, and that's why I'm like, you know what, Blue Rock Tea TV, because you know what, Blue Rock almost kind of simplifies that toxicity. Like that's how I felt about it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's somebody, being outside looking in and not knowing so much back in September of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, I was like, you know what? This is what it is. My first story wasn't even about Blueface and Chrisean.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter is, and Blueface and Chrisean had spilt so much tea around.
This is what they were talking about when they were talking about toes, guys.
Is taking on random stories as well, but essentially, it is what it is. We are where we are. Now when it comes to the original question of if I'm a Chrisean Rock fan, if people have listened to me before and heard my stance on this, is that ideally Chrisean Rock speaks to her fan nonstop, right?
Mm-hmm.
She speaks to them
Yep.
nonstop. So over the year, we do. We literally sit here all day and watch their lives and try to figure out, what it is that's tea and what's going on, So she was really like, think about it, I was able to see, her struggles through being pregnant and going through all the drama of that, having the baby, dealing with Blueface, the relationship going on and off, and, just so many things we've seen in such a short period of time, and me being new to the scene and seeing all this. How can I not somehow champion some of the situations that I see going on with Chrisean? How can I not also acknowledge some of the positive things that I see Chrisean doing nowadays and how she's pushing things forward? You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, when people say, oh, you seem like a CashApp fan, the other part of it, before I even get to that, is that CashApp fans are very engaging. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys are the ones who reach out to me all the time. We speak all the time. As I said, you share some tea with me. You share some things that's going on. And that's what allows me also to post Chrisean and to give the information about her. I've always invited Jaidyn fans, Blueface fans, everybody to do the exact same because, we're a platform that has everybody. So, yeah, it sounds like I champion CashApp, and I do sit here doing that because she's doing the right thing as far as I'm concerned right now. She's trying to get things situated. And if other things come up, then we'll deal with that as it comes, right? But I'm not going to sit here and be one of those bloggers or channels that's just going to speculate on things. I try my best to get the receipts, and then that's how we run our stories. But, I'm here to kind of support all of them as much as I can, at least, right? So, yeah, that's my pitch. How you like it?
You didn't answer the question. So is it like, so you just...
Did you say I did or didn't answer the question?
Did not. So are you just cool? Or like,
Listen, I'm just so used to being a politician that I don't know when I do answer the questions or when I don't. But in reality,
very
yeah.
Political. That was a very political answer.
Listen, if you know my background at some point, you'd be like, damn. But in reality, honestly, that's how I feel about the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, like, I'm a fan of all of them. You know what I mean? But Chrisean does speak to me more because she speaks to her audience more. That's just the bottom line. Like, she's literally very vulnerable. She shows herself in different situations. So how could you not? How could you not respect her to some degree and want the best for her to some degree? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why when I look at other people, I'm like, they're being foolish.
He's neutral.
We're trying to like manipulate it to be like when you said you're not a Chrisean fan page, they're trying to manipulate it to being that you're not a fan of Chrisean, like you don't really care for Chrisean. And that's what's in the comments. They're like, oh, well, he went on live and said that he's not this, he's not this. So they're
people are so
like
petty.
trying to combat with people and be like, well, he doesn't like Chrisean in general, instead of just being a T page. He said he's not a Chrisean fan page. He's a blog page, like people, a T page.
People want to stir the pot all the time. They're looking for any mess, even if it comes down to,
so I'm gonna send you the video. I'm like, you ain't
crazy.
me nothing.
I care for all of them, you know what I'm saying? I've always had the stance of like, I want what's good for all of them, like it may seem this way, it may seem that way. And trust me, every single day I go through battles of people thinking that, I'm not for Chrisean. There's so many Chrisean supporters that unfollow me daily because they think I'm not for her. There's so many Jaidyn supporters that unfollow me. There's so many, like it's a daily thing. That's why I'm not a person that chases the number. This is my job. I do it full time. At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that people are going to get to know me as a person, just and how I deliver the content, how I give my commentary, how I allow viewers to come up and say what they need to say, and how I also get the people that they hear about to come up so the viewers can ask the questions to them as well, So I want people to recognize me for that in the long run, you know what I'm saying? I want people to recognize me for what I actually do on the platform rather than just recognize me for, a supporter of this person or that person. Like I said, at some point we're going to be, delivering different types of tea as well, especially the more so anytime Blueface and Chrisean gets, not so busy, gives me the opportunity to speak about other things, right?
And as you should, because happy birthday, Cardi.
Yeah, but people are going to say whatever they say. They're going to do whatever they do. But I don't really, honestly, I don't really feel a way about it. Like people are, like I said, if y'all see on even on my Instagram page, right, that thing balances all the time, like, from 49K to 48K to 47K. And, and it doesn't stress me out. If it stressed me out, I would have been pushing reels because everybody knows the moment I start pushing reels, I'll blow up again, right? But that's not the idea. I'm not thinking about that. In all actuality too, is that I'd rather, I slowed down to take the time to build the business in the background, as well as to connect to the people that I gained as followers, because, it's great to blow up right away, but the downside to that is you don't have the opportunity to gain like intimacy with your followers, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To gain that kind of viewership, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of shoots you in the foot at the same time, right?
because they're personal.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just wanted you to actually address it because people were trying to like misconstrue. I guess I don't want to say
Then you
misconstrue,
need to go on to
but
another
it
live
was
then.
like I guess giving them mixed signals from what I saw in the comments.
Go
So I
directly
just
to
wanted
the
it to
live
be
then.
like kind of cleared up where you stood, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Too-
Yeah.
So
Cool. Zio,
what?
what's going on, Zio? That's somebody we love to hate, right, Zio? Yo,
Well, anyway,
I can't.
I'm gonna get down off the stage so somebody
Okay,
else can
thank you
come.
for coming up,
Yeah,
Shirley.
I love your
Thank
commentary. We
Okay.
love you.
All right. Take
Zio.
care.
All right, take
All
care.
right, guys. Bye.
All right, Zio.